Hello and welcome back to another week of being closer to getting through these current times, and finally it's looking like there's some green shoots sprouting and some light at the end of the tunnel. This week we tackle a couple of questions that we seem to be getting asked more and more often in recent weeks, and usually in the past they've been pretty easy to answer in normal market conditions, but now not so much. One of the main ones right now is one we keep getting asked quite frequently, which is Claudio. Given the current climate, should we buy or sell first? Well, normally the mindset has been if you already own your own home and have good equity and the market is moving and flowing pretty freely, well, it's generally been the mindset to buy first, so you know where you're going, as a successful sale of your own home in a realistic time frame with the correct selling plan is usually a pretty safe bet and a mere formality. But now that may not necessarily be the straightforward and foregone conclusion it's always been. So being a bit more cautious of not trying to give financial advice here, all we're trying to do is recommend a safer and more secure approach to this age-old question. Do I buy or sell first? Some key points to consider. Well, right now, if homes are priced correctly, they're well located and well presented, and they're still based in the relatively affordable price point up to $750,000, they're actually selling quite fast, generally in 1 to 3 weeks. However, depending on the home's characteristics and how the market perceives it, it can still be a little bit patchy out there. And there may be a bit of uncertainty as to whether it'll sell in 3 weeks, 6 weeks, or 9 weeks. Also, homes in the 750 plus bracket have a bit of a smaller buyer pool, and they do need the right buyer who's in the right position in order to get that offer to get sold. And again, in this current climate, that can be a little bit hot and cold depending on what buyers are available at that particular price point at the time of your launch. Now, within our local 3046 and 3044 postcodes, what we've also found is the total buyer pool available has shrunk some 40 to 50%. However, the volume or the number of homes available has also significantly reduced by that same 40 to 50%, if not more. So based on the available data in the past 3 weeks, that supply versus demand relationship is still quite well balanced. So what does this mean for you? Well, if you're currently in this particular conundrum, what we recommend is taking a bit more of a careful and well thought out approach, like opting to sell first. Now, particularly if you're in a higher price bracket, this will clearly reduce the pressure on you and your family by choosing this path. You can firstly take your time without the stress of needing to be sold like yesterday. You can go at your own pace, search for the right buyer and the right sale price. Also, when you're negotiating with that right buyer, request and ideally take the option of a longer settlement period. This again gives you the room and time to not rush when looking for your next home and approach it with a pretty level head and plenty of breathing space. So if you normally would have sold and asked for a 30 or 60 day settlement period, well, now request a 90 or 120 day period, or even 150 days if you really want a lot of assurance and that time up your sleeve. So if you sell first, then when you go shopping for your next home, you're going to know exactly what you have to spend. You're under no financial or time pressures, and let's face it, if you're an unconditional buyer right now, you'll be almost every single real estate agent's best friend. Trust me on that one. Plus, you'll have a few extra bargaining chips or two when it comes to the negotiation table. Now, of course, everyone's situation is a little bit different. So if you'd like a more tailored approach and you need our professional advice, feel free to reach out. But do carefully consider all the factors that may affect you and your family. And ultimately, if you're not comfortable transacting or making a move in this market, well, don't. Stay put, sit tight where you are, and we'll be here to help whenever you're ready. However, right now, especially if you're upgrading into higher price brackets and have good solid job security, this could be one of the best times ever and windows of opportunity to be getting a little bit more bang for your buck, and could really allow you to step into price brackets that were previously beyond your reach and unattainable, and make that long-awaited successful move a reality. For some of you that have been tracking our private buyer appointment numbers, well, 3 weeks ago we were sitting at 47 private buyer inspections. Last week we had 73. This week, after our inspections commence after 1 p.m. on Anzac Day, we're on track to have 95 buyer appointments. Again, a very clear and signal sign that the market and confidence is moving and steadily going up. We hope this helps those of you that have been asking or pondering this very question. For today, that's all from us. Stay safe, stay well, and as I now say, stay positive, and we hope you had a terrific Anzac Day, lest we forget.